Good morning, and welcome to the 13th Annual Tacoma Memorial Day service. This service is normally held at Tacoma's War Memorial Park, but this year, due to the coronavirus pandemic and the governor's stay home, stay healthy order, we are doing this a little differently. The service today is sponsored by the Tacoma Historical Society and the Edward B. Rhodes American Legion Post No. 2. I am retired Army Colonel Andy Leneweaver, and I am your host for today's service. First, I would like to introduce Tacoma City Council member and U.S. Navy Captain Robert Toms to welcome you on behalf of the City of Tacoma. Captain Toms?
Thank you very much. I appreciate you allowing me to welcome you to Living War Memorial Park on behalf of the City of Tacoma. We're proud of this park and what it means to the citizens of Tacoma and Pierce County. Living War Memorial Park is dedicated to those who provided the ultimate sacrifice and service to the country, and we're very proud of our men and women who've served our country, and we're proud to have you here today to celebrate Memorial Day 2020.
Next, I would like to recognize this year's event organizers, Tacoma Historical Society Managing Director Michael Lafreniere and Tacoma Historical Society President Dr. Bill Barsma. Since this is a virtual Memorial Day service, I would be remiss if I did not also recognize our videographer, Jesse Kuhn, as well as the folks at Tacoma's TV 12, who made this all possible. Thank you very much. We begin our service with an invocation by U.S. Army Command Chaplain, Colonel J. Johns. Chaplain Johns?
Please join me in prayer. Eternal God, Lord of time and eternity, Lord of the living and of the dead, you have made yourself known to us not only through your wondrous works of creation, but also in your mighty deeds throughout the history of our nation. From the start of the American journey to the present hour, you have sustained us through days of adversity and prosperity, through times of war and peace. You have proven yourself strong to save us. Among all nations of the earth, America has been uniquely and remarkably blessed. Today we remember with highest esteem and devoted respect our fellow citizens who have fought and died in America's wars as members of her armed forces. Many of these gallant Americans died before the guns of our enemies. Many of them died alone. All of them served for the sake of future generations of Americans whom they themselves would never know. Most of these patriots are now long dead, but time will dim neither the glory of their deeds nor the sting of their loss. Comfort those who yet grieve their absence. Enable us to embrace fully the legacy of valor, duty, and sacrifice that these heroes quietly built. As their lives caused our flag to fly high and with honor, so may ours. Empower us to take up the light of liberty for which they have given all, so that, on our watch, it may remain undimmed. This is our fervent hope and our solemn prayer. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Johns. For more than 150 years, Memorial Day has been observed to honor those who died in military service to their country. From the earliest militias in the 1600s to today's operations around the world, more than 1 million men and women of our armed forces have given their lives in service to their country. These fallen heroes were real people, with real families who lived in real communities, just like Tacoma. These stories of their sacrifice remind us that freedom isn't free. This year, unlike any time in our nation's history, we are unable to gather together and enjoy the freedoms forged by those who died for their country. This year, we are learning that there are warriors on the front lines of a new and different war who are risking all to ensure our continued freedom. But in this war, they are battling to ensure our freedom from the fear of a dreadful disease, and they are willing to lay down their lives just as the members of our armed forces were willing to lay down their lives for our freedom. In this spirit, we will continue our service with the presentation of colors by the Honor Guard of the Doughboy Memorial American Legion Post number 138. The presentation of colors will include our national anthem, performed by Richard and Chrissy Mcgowan, and will be followed by a wreath laying by Mr. Nick Silva, the commander of American Legion Post number 2. Present Holmes! Order, Holmes!
Right shoulder, forward! 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 Doughboy, hold! Left, hey! Present, forward!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, thus be it ever when free men shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and this be our motto: in God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Doughboy, order, forward! Right, hey! Forward, forward! Forward, forward!
Order, Holmes!
Present, order, left, forward.
We continue our service by welcoming retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Edward L. Horn, Jr. Colonel Horn is a retired military and civilian pilot, having logged over 30,000 hours of flying time in a career that spanned 43 years. He grew up in Tacoma, graduating from Stadium High School and the University of Puget Sound before starting a career in the United States Air Force. He served for 23 years, including service in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. His civilian aviation career included flying for UPS, TWA, Eastern Airlines, and Japan Airlines. In fact, he was the first non-Japanese captain for Japan Airlines. He is also a charter member of the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals and was inducted into their Hall of Fame in 2013. But flying isn't all that he has done. He has served as a big brother in the Big Brother Big Sister program for nearly 30 years and continues to mentor and help young minorities enter careers in aviation. It is a great honor to introduce Colonel Edward Horn. Colonel Horn?
Good afternoon. It is truly an honor to be invited to speak to you on this beautiful day, honoring our fallen heroes who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our great nation. Memorial Day is about all men and women who gave their lives during all U.S. conflicts around the globe to protect our freedoms guaranteed to all of us as U.S. citizens. It was originally known as Decoration Day, and it originated in the years following the Civil War and officially became a national federal holiday in 1971. If we reflect for a moment, 620,000, the number of men and women dying in the Civil War, is more than all other American wars from the American Revolution through the Korean War combined. So it is an historical significance that the tradition of Memorial Day was created after the Civil War. Memorial Day, or as you will, Decoration Day, was first widely observed on May 30th, 1968, to commemorate the sacrifices of Civil War soldiers by a proclamation of General John A. Logan of the Union Army. During the first national commemoration, former Union General and sitting Ohio Congressman James A. Garfield made a speech at Arlington National Cemetery, after which 5,000 participants helped to decorate the graves of more than 20,000 Union and Confederate soldiers who were buried there at Arlington. Thus, the century-long tradition was started to honor the grave sites of our fallen heroes every Memorial Day throughout our nation. I would like to read a quote made on that first day of commemorating our fallen heroes by James A. Garfield. And I quote, "We do not know one promise these men made, one pledge they gave, one word they spoke, but we do know they summed up and perfected by one supreme act the highest virtues of men and citizens. For love of country, they accepted death and thus resolved all doubts and made immortal their patriotism and virtue," end quote. And as a side note, in 1881, General James A. Garfield became the 20th President of the United States, and he became the only sitting member of the House of Representatives to become president. And after his inauguration, 6.5 months later, he was the second president assassinated. So he only served as president for a short term. So on this day, as we pause to honor all of our fallen heroes from the American Revolution to the Vietnam War, Iraq, and Afghanistan, let us also honor on a global scale all of those at all levels of government, first responders, doctors, nurses, that are fighting a global world effort to rid the world of this terrible pandemic. Let us stand and support and honor their efforts, just as our fallen heroes gave the ultimate sacrifice to maintain the freedom that we all have as U.S. citizens of this great nation. Thank you once again for inviting me to say a few words today on one of our truly great holidays, honoring our great American soldiers.
Thank you, Colonel Horn. Now, please welcome Dr. Richard Mcgowan and his wife, Chrissy Mcgowan, as they share an inspirational musical selection. Richard, Chrissy?
Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, with me. Still all my song shall be, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Then let the way appear, steps unto heaven. All that thou sendest me, in mercy give. Angels to beckon me, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Or if on joyful wing, cleaving the sky, sun, moon, and stars forgot, upward I fly. Still all my song shall be, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee.
Thank you. Now the bugler from the U.S. Army Band, Pershing's Own, will play taps in honor of all those who have given their lives to ensure our freedom. This will be followed by the benediction from Chaplain Johns. Attention! Present! Home! Order! Home! Chaplain Johns.
Receive the benediction. Go into the world to preserve peace. Remember the wisdom that you have learned and be courageous. Pursue excellence in all things and cling to that which is good. Resist evil always. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Lift up the oppressed. Defend the helpless. Honor God. Fear no man. Above all, love and serve the Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Johns. As our service draws to a close, I want to remind you to join us at Tacoma's War Memorial Park for our annual Veterans Day service. Our traditional conclusion of this service has been the playing of the Armed Forces Medley in honor of military service members. Today's service will be no different. As the Marine Corps Band plays the Armed Forces Medley, when you hear your service's song, please stand wherever you are and as you are able to be virtually recognized. Thank you all for joining us today. Please stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you in November.